Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This is our topic, inflation in Asia. Before we start, we have to introduce ourselves. My name is Maizah Shazwani binti Jafri. My metric number is 17 DIB 23F1051.
My name is Damia Husna binti Muzamir, 17 DIB 23F1032.
My name is Noshahinda binti Roslan, 17 DIB 23F1027.
My name is Nuriza Izzati binti Zamri, 70 DIB 23F1045.
What is the issue of the inflation? Issue of inflation affect all levels of society, but those with low income are more affected to live their daily life as usual. Inflation occurs when there is a continuous increase in the general level of price. It reduces a person's income by reducing the purchasing power of money. There are three main criteria to determine inflation. Number one, inflation is the increase in general price level. For example, all the goods and services in the economy experience a rise in price. Number two, inflation is a continuous increase in the price level. For example, the general price level is rising continuously in the long term. Number three, inflation is the unlimited increase in price level. For example, the increase in the general price level is very high. In short, the rising level of price in an economy that does not include the above three criteria is not known as inflation. Inflation can also be referred to as a condition in which too many money is purchasing to few goods and services. There are 6 problems of inflation. Number 1, inflation rate for food. Number 2, inflation rate for transport. Number 3, lower income. Number 4, decreasing in purchasing power. Number 5, cost of living increase. And number 6, government challenges. Inflation rate for food. The problem, inflation rate for food can vary depending on factors such as region, type of food and overall economic condition. In most countries, food inflation is closely monitored because it directly affects the cost of living for consumers and can have significant social and political implications. Although the rate at which food prices are rising has lowered, they remain high. Solution: government can use fiscal measures such as taxation and spending to control inflation. For instance, they may reduce tax to encourage spending or increase tax to reduce disposable income and cut demand. Additionally, government can invest in infrastructure, agriculture, and food distribution system to enhance productivity and stabilize food price.
Number 2, inflation's rate for transport. The problem is fuel prices increasing. Fluctuation in global oil prices can significantly impact transportation costs. Changes in fuel prices can affect the prices of goods and services throughout the economy, as transportation is a fundamental component of supply chains. The solution is, since fuel costs are often a large part of transportation expenses, governments can implement policies to stabilize fuel prices. This can include regulating fuel taxes, subsidies, or implementing prices control to reduce sudden fluctuation in fuel prices. Number 3, lower income. The problem is many lower-income individuals rely on fixed income from wages, salaries, or government assistance programs. When prices rise due to inflation, their purchasing power decreases, making it more challenging to afford basic necessities. So the solution is by adjusting the minimum wage rate in line with inflation can help ensure that low-wage workers can maintain their purchasing power. Governments can periodically review and update minimum wage law to reflect changes in the cost of living and prevent income inequality from widening.
Decreasing in purchasing power. The problem: inflation reduces the purchasing power of money, meaning that over time, the same amount of money buys forward goods and services. This can reduce the standard of living of individuals and families, especially those on fixed income or lower wages. Solution: in central circumstances, the government must implement price control on essential goods and services to prevent excessive price increases and protect consumer purchasing power. However, price control should be implemented carefully to avoid unintended consequences such as shortage and market distortion. Cost of living increase. The problem: inflation often leads to high cost of living, including high price for food, housing, transportation, and healthcare. This can burden household budget and reduce the standard of living of many individuals and families. Solution: strengthening consumer protection law and regulation can help prevent price suppression and unfair business practice that contribute to rising cost of living. Government can enforce anti-price gouging law, regulate essential goods and services, and provide scope for consumers to self-address for unfair treatment.
Number 6. Government challenge. Problem: governments face challenge in managing inflation effectively. Balancing the needs to control inflation with maintaining economic growth and employment can be difficult, especially in emerging economies with less developed monetary policy frameworks. The solution is the government needs to maintain fiscal discipline and avoid excessive deficit spending, which could exacerbate inflationary pressure. Implementing some fiscal policies, including prudent budgeting, debt management, and tax reform, can help prevent fiscal imbalance that contribute to inflation. In conclusion, the policy implications obtained from this study are appropriate to maintain an inflation rate below the threshold level in Malaysia because it can help in maintaining sustainable growth. Low and stable inflation is desirable for economic stability, while high inflation can erode power buy and lead to uncertainty. Central banks often aim for a target inflation rate to maintain price stability and support sustainable economic growth. However, if it is high and persistent, it can erode purchasing power and lead to economic instability. And this is our reference. That's all from us. Thank you for watching.